Hello friends. Today I want to talk to you about what can we expect in the next few years. Um, there was a prophecy that I believe we talked about maybe 2 years ago. We were discussing a prophecy that there was about a horseman that have I think I even made a video about it. Yes. So there was a prophecy, a prophetic word stating that a horseman has came out, and a horseman is to, like it says in Revelation, it says the writer was given the power to take peace away from the earth and make people slaughter each other. He was given a great sword. And if you look other translations, it's a little different. It says that let me look at the other. Well, King James, it just says that, and there's another horse that was red. The power was given to him that satteth thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And this was given into him a great sword. So basically, 2 years back, maybe a little more, maybe less, I can't really know the date, there was a prophetic word that the horseman came out. It was a red horse, and he had the power to take away the peace from the earth. And as that prophecy came through by having a lot of people started fighting, a lot of countries started fighting, a lot of people have lost, basically right away the war with Ukraine started, and so people were very in shock, and they were like, "Whoa, this is crazy." But as the time have went by, people kind of got used to the idea that, well, it's just Ukraine, it's just Russia, it doesn't pertain to us. But then, if you read the news and if you kind of follow what's happening, you notice that a lot of countries are having the same issues. They're having a lot of discrepancies. They're having a lot of issues with other countries. They're kind of having, um, they're complaining to each other. They're very unhappy. So this is stating that this horseman, this rider, is on the loose on our earth. So it is in the spiritual realm. We can't see him, but he is riding this earth, and where he is, wars are starting, things are starting that make people very unhappy, and people start fighting each other. There's no more peace. As in the past, people were being able, let's find peace. Countries were able to find peace. They were trying to work with each other. Now it's not going to happen. The peace has been taken away. So from this point on, or even before today, there will be a lot of wars. So my question today is, who is next? What will be the another war that will happen here in America or in another country? As we know, everybody who woke up today, we have heard the great scary news that there's war in Israel. And as we woke up, we were like, whoa, this is scary. When we saw all those videos, all those pictures, all those things that are happening, it's just really, really scary. So today I want to talk to you about that we are on a brink of war. Um, like it says in Revelations, peace has been taken. And like we have seen in the past few years, it has been just escalating, going back and forth. There's nobody can reach peace. And it just happened so suddenly, like it happened with Israel, that last night everybody were going to sleep with happy emotions, thinking of the holiday, the last day of the feast, the Sukkot, and everybody were like, "Oh, we'll celebrate, we'll be thankful, we'll be happy," and then this happened to Israel, and it just like made your whole world upside down. Um, So there are just many, many prophecies. I'm not sure if you pay attention to those things, but um, our church is very like into prophecies, visions, dreams, and so I grew up in that. So I always pay attention when people say I had a dream, I had a prophetic word, and I just kind of like to compare and read. A lot of people get similar items, but they're a little different. But when you put everything together into one big picture, it just shows you what's happening and how God shows everybody just a little bit different, but it just shows us, wow, it's really happening. It's really true. So, so there's a lot of prophecies that a big war is coming, and in the past few years, of course, we have seen that Ukraine, Russia war, and then there's Azerbaijan and Georgia. There's just so much discord with the countries, Europe and Canada, and there's just so much things that are happening that people are unhappy with, and they just complain. But now that it happened to Israel, it just kind of ask who's next. Everybody are like, who's next? Um, and I think there's something big that will happen next year, possibly here in America. And I will actually have a whole video just for that in my next video. I will just kind of show you what is coming to America, um, and possibly for next year. As I was reading about different things that may happen, um, it just shows that Jesus had prophesied in his when he was here. He prophesied that wars are the beginning of sorrows. So it means that as we see things, as we see people upset and doing things, we know it's just the beginning of those things. So when wars are happening, we know it's supposed to happen. Of course, no one wants wars, so it's not like we want them, but when there's no peace on this earth, and the only peace will happen when Jesus returns, um, it just shows us that no matter what we do, no matter what happens, there will be no peace. Even with many countries stating that they may bring peace, it will not happen. Um, so we know that the Third World War is coming, and many wars will happen possibly before the big one. But it is prophesied in the Bible, it will not stop until the return of our Messiah. Even when they say we will have peace and safety, sudden destruction will come. So when you hear those things, you know, as a Christian, you know that it's not true. And especially when they say that. But we're just living in a very troubling times, and it's good to have shalom. It's good to have peace in your heart. And as I was doing I was thinking about like what all those things that's happening these days, the war with Israel, everything. There's so much chaos. I saw those videos about children grabbed and teenagers being kidnapped and young women being taken away as hostages. And I was like, whoa, it's so sad and it's so troubling. But I realized as long as I have shalom in my heart, it doesn't take away my peace inside of me. So as I was thinking about what a person can do to make sure he has this shalom in the heart, what can we do? And I found this there's a lot of, as I saw, a lot of people are very worried. Even people from church, Christian people who's supposed to have peace, but they're just so worried, they're troublesome, they're very upset, they're asking for prayers because they're just so seeing the things that are happening these days. They get depressed, they get traumatized, they get very very sad, I guess. So as I was thinking about it, I was like, why are people, Christian people, are scared? Are we supposed to be scared? Do we supposed to get fearful? I don't think we should. I don't think we should get fearful. No matter what happens, no matter what we go through, um, I wish and I hope we will be able to keep the peace in our heart. Even if something happens in this country, will we be able to keep this peace? What's the secret? What's the secret to have shalom in our hearts? And as I found the secret, and I think it is truly a good thing to have, I was reading Philippians chapter 4 from verse 4, and I wanted to share with you so you kind of may think. As you read the King James version, it doesn't kind of really, you can't really understand what it's saying. It's just kind of like the basic, but when you read, like I read the Jewish Bible, and it just gives us more understanding. So let me read it for you. Philippians chapter 4 from verse 4. Rejoice in union with the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see how reasonable and gentle you are. The Lord is near. Don't worry about anything. On the contrary, make your request known to God by prayer and petition with thanksgiving. So as I was reading this, I understand that we can't worry about anything. We can't let worry settle in our heart. For us as a Christian, we have to bring our worry to God right away. God, I'm fearful. I am sad. I am unsure. We have to bring it to God right away in prayer, and He will help us overcome everything. Because then it says, when we worry, we can't do anything about it. Oh, it actually says don't worry about anything. So you can't even worry. That's like the number one secret. Don't even think of worrying, because we can't change anything. Instead of worrying, you have to say your request to God. And then God's shalom, passing all understanding, will keep your hearts and minds safe in union with the Messiah Yeshua. So basically, once we give Him our troubles, our worries, we will have His shalom in our hearts. So the secret here is we have to pray to God until we have the shalom inside of us. If we don't have the shalom, we haven't reached that point of freedom in Him. And once we reach that point, we'll feel like He is the one carrying us through everything, through every storm, through everything that will happen. And even if the third world war comes, we'll be fine. And I know wars will come. There's many prophecies that they will come, but we will not be fearful. We will not be scared. We will be peaceful in Him. And then that gives you another secret. It says, in conclusion, brothers, focus your thoughts on what is true, noble, righteous, pure, lovable, admirable, on some virtue or on something praiseworthy. So basically, God is showing us that we have to focus our attention on only the beautiful, the good things in life. Yes, we do hear the news. Yes, we hear things that are happening, but we have to focus ourselves on the beauty of the Lord, the beauty of the Bible, His promises in the Bible. We know He will keep us safe. We will know that He is here with us, and as long as we do that, then we'll feel peaceful. So that's the secret. And as I was looking through, I'm like, well, what's the next step? I see a lot of people are talking about the end time prophecy. I guess they're stating there'll probably never be peace in the Middle East. There's just so much things that are happening, and they won't feel that it will happen. There won't ever be peace. And if it will, it won't be true peace. It will be possibly be just to kind of trigger the huge distraction that there destruction that will happen. And then, for instance, the U.S. general predicts there will be war with China in 2025. And he just kind of talks, was written back in January of this year. And he's just talking about how things are escalating, how things will possibly will happen, and how he sees things. And as I was reading it, I was like, I guess they're thinking possibility there can be a war. And then I know a lot of people have had dreams that China will be involved. And so it just seems that it's a big possibility. So yes, war is coming. When will it come? We're not sure. Different people feel different things. And so it may be the next year, it may be the year 2025, like they're saying. Even there's a predictions, they're not Christians, they're just talking about predictions, and they're talking about that there will be a World War III happening, and it will be based to, it will be tied to Taiwan and China, and how something will trigger like a big, some kind of airplane blowing up or a ship blowing up. Something will trigger that, and it will start a big war. How exactly or when exactly, no one really knows, because we can't predict things like that. But people are just talking about it and how possibly it will happen. As for us as Christians, we have to pray. And I know a lot of Christians do get dreams and visions, and God is trying to help us to be ready no matter what. He's trying to prepare us. And also, it's good to live in a safe zone. Like, for instance, in Israel this morning, when things happened and people were in some parts of Israel was quiet, there was no terrorist. And in some other country, I mean, same country but a different street, there was explosions, there were crazy people running around, there was shootings, there was kidnappings, there was abductions. So as you see, as a Christian, if you live in the proper place, God's place, because He will lead you to the proper place, and then He'll put His protection over your house, over your children, then there's nothing to be scared of. And that's the goal we have to get into. We have to, every day, we have to pray, God, keep me safe in your arms. Let me know if I need to move. Let me know if I'm in the safe place. Let me know if I need to move just down the street. Because like I said, one house was awful, things was happening while the other house was safe. So as you see, it's all God. God will protect you. So that's my, I guess my goal for you today, that we will pray no matter what happens, even if world war happens soon. We need to be prepared, because yes, wars are coming. It will not stop, and no country will be safe, but only will be safe in God's presence. So take care, my friends. Hopefully, let me know what you think. If you feel differently, I like your comments and your likes and stuff. Thank you for your support, and God bless you. Keep safe.